Well, you know that you're going to hear some wonderful music, some heartfelt poetry, maybe a story or two, and a little bit of humor.
And dancing.
I won't
Dance.
And dancing.
and dancing.
Dancing.
So I'm not going to rehearse the audience for all of those. But anyhow, let's get it underway. Stevie B, Phil, and Doc. Stevie, boys.
I once had a girl, or should I say, she once had me. She told me her room, isn't it good? She took I say, and she said to sit anywhere. But I looked around and I noticed there wasn't a chair. I sat on the rug, biding my time, drinking her wine. We talked until 2, and then she said, it's time for bed. Said she worked in the morning, started to laugh. I said that I didn't, and crawled up into her bath. And when I awoke, I was alone, this bird had flown. So I lit a fire, isn't it good, Norwegian wood. Apologies to the people.
Next Doc, all Beatles all the time. Wow,
Next one's gonna be a Neil Young song. So hopefully you won't have to apologize to him. Okay, let's start again. Let's dance the night away. When there's a full moon rising, let's go dancing in the night. When the music's playing, go out and feel the night. But I'm still in love with you. I wanna see you dance again, because I'm still in love with you. On this harvest moon, we were strangers. I watched you from afar. When we were in love But it's getting late, and the moon is rising high. I wanna celebrate, see it shining in your eyes. 'Cause I'm still in love with you. I wanna see you dance again, because I'm still in love with you. On this harvest moon, cause I'm still in love with you. I wanna see you dance again, because I'm still in love with you. On this harvest moon,
Okay.
A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
The book, The Origami Swan. Now, Diane had this feeling that her muse was William Shakespeare. And there were moments that she really felt like Shakespeare was there in our home, communicating with her, inspiring her, being her muse. Indeed, there are 5 poems by Diane in the book that, in one way or another, are about William Shakespeare. So I decided to have a chapter in the book called The Muse. And this is the poem, The Muse, about her love affair with this strange intruder in our house by the name of William Shakespeare, the Muse. Another man has been waking me early and keeping me up late. Come, my bright one, my white-armed huntress of hearts, pierce my stag's beating bright blue blood pump while your husband lies sleeping. Let us put his crown of antlers on the floor. I am your pure music teacher of love. Put Saint Colombe on the stereo and fly with me to the Casbah of the second floor, to your Smith Corona Virginal by the cellar door, and we will make beautiful music together. Pepe Le Moco, no, but certainly smooth as Boyer taught Lariot everything that he did know. The great Grand Master of the Dead Poets Guild. The other man is a ghost. He makes me wear good gloves in bad neighborhoods to hide my rings. He makes me wear good gloves on cold nights so my fingers won't be cold to type. He tells me, my father was a glove maker. I learned to make beautiful gloves for the rich. Sweet yellow gloves of softest deerskin. Velvet gloves with pearls. Softer gloves of red and green. Stiffer gloves of red and green. Leather for riding, soft white gloves for mass. The poacher in this deer park, a tame Eden with unicorns and court gossip. My darling good fellow traveler from here to here over, can circle the globe in a sneeze, and promiscuous as a strutting tomcat, sprays poetry over the whole blue and white orb, shining like lapis in the earlobe of the night. The sweet muse. His breath smells like tobacco and old velvet, lavender and starched lace, sunlight and clear cold moon nights, honeysuckle and earth. But damn him, he can't spell for cinders, and proving is a bear. But who cares? For his jokes are rare and funny as a platypus. Proof, he says, that God has a sense of humor. Well, a dozen Tudor roses for your grave, pink and red and white and ochre, twining toward the sun, and a dozen verses before morning comes. The starling sings, the upstairs king awakens. I have to go, dear. Yes, and I will yes, and I am yes, and it is yes, and it is sweet muse, sweet Sarah.
Becky Reed.
She don't like her eggs all runny. She thinks crossing her legs is funny. She looks down her nose at money, but she gets it on like the Easter bunny. She's my baby, and I'm her honey. Never gonna let her go.
He ain't got laid in a month of Sundays. I caught him once and he was sniffing my undies. Ain't too smart, but he gets things done. Drinks his beer like it's oxygen. He's my baby, I'm his honey. Never gonna let him go. In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, we're the big door prize. We're gonna spite our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes.
She ketchup on her scrambled eggs. She swears like a sailor when she shaves her legs. She keeps on ticking and takes a licking. Never gonna let her go.
He's got more balls than a big brass monkey. He's a whacked out weirdo and a love bug junkie. Sly as a fox, crazy as a loon. Payday comes and he's howling at the moon. He's my baby, I don't mean baby. Never gonna let him go. In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, we're the big door prize. We're gonna spite our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, we're the big door prize. We're gonna spike our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes.
William Shakespeare. It is from a play called As You Like It, and there's, it's a small little piece that I just have always loved for decades and decades, and as I've grown older, I have looked at it differently, and I think you will see what I mean when I begin to share it with you. There's an interesting story behind this. As You Like It, we think, was probably one of the first plays to inaugurate the new Globe Theatre, which Shakespeare's company had built in London across the river. And there is a great seal, or there was, over the original Globe. And forgive my Latin, but it in Latin says totus mundus. I don't want. Okay. Totus mundus agit histrionum, which means the whole world is a playhouse. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and they have their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts, his acts being 7 ages. At first, the infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms. Then the whining schoolboy with his satchel and shining morning face, creeping like snails unwillingly to school. And then the lover. Sighing like furnace with a woeful ballad made to his mistress's eyebrow. Then a soldier, full of strange oaths and bearded like the pard, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking a bubble reputation even in the cannon's mouth. And then the justice, in fair round belly, with good capon line, with eyes severe, and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances. And so he plays his part. The sixth age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon with spectacles on nose and pouch on side. His useful hose, well saved, a world too wide for his shrunk shank, and his big manly voice turning again towards childish treble and whistles in the sound. Last scene of all that ends this strange, eventful history is second childishness. And mere oblivion. John's teeth. John's eyes. John's taste. John's everything.
This is a song by Dora and the Dogettes, who some of you know live at my household, and they're fans of Tommy James and the Shondells, so it's in that kind of a vein. And I wish I could say, but I don't want to lie, that it's been covered by the Animals and also by Benny and the Pets. But this is an original world premiere performance. So maybe they'll cover it someday. But for now it's just me and I guess you're an honorary dogette. So the chorus. The words of the chorus go mean mommy mean, mean mommy mean, mean mommy, mean mommy, mean mommy mean. Everybody can remember that. And it's better sung in a high falsetto if possible. And I've been told by one of my neighbors that Dobermans don't have high falsetto voices, but when they talk to us, they do. So, you want to go through the chorus once? Okay. Just to, okay. Tell me when to go. Mean mommy mean, mean mommy mean, mean mommy mean, mommy mean, mommy mean, mean mommy mean, mean mommy mean, mean mommy mean, mommy mean, mommy mean. Okay, good. And this is the dogs. This is David's projection that the dogs like him better, and they think I'm mean, and they think he's nice. And so that's the thought behind this. Maybe a tiny bit faster. Okay. Let's go one more. And we'll just do the chorus once when we do it in between, because there's a lot of choruses. Okay. Mean mommy mean, mean mommy mean, mean mommy mean, mommy mean, mommy mean, mommy, mean mommy, mean mommy, mean. Mean mommy, mean, where have you been? Out buying food to cook for me. Chicken or turkey or little fish mixed with peas would be delish. Mean mommy, mean, mean mommy, mean. Mean mommy, mean mommy, mean mommy, mean. Then when we're done, we'd like to run down to the park to sniff and pee. Mean mommy, mean, mean mommy, mean. You should spend more time with me. Mean mommy, mean, mean mommy, mean. Mean mommy, mean mommy, mean mommy, mean. Don't go to class and sit on your ass when you could be out walking me. Mean mommy, mean, mean mommy, mean. Mean mommy, mean mommy, mean mommy, mean. You cannot hide that muffin's outside. I can't hear her calling me. Mean mommy, mean, mean mommy, mean. Open the blinds so I can see. Mean mommy, mean, mean mommy, mean. Mean mommy, mean mommy, mean mommy, mean. My sister barks first, and then I bark next, and then Mr. Tom will send a text. Oh, mean mommy, mean, mean mommy, mean. Mean mommy, mean mommy, mean mommy, mean. You're so mean.
Performance this evening will be by Jim, who has an original story he'd like to share with us. So, make him welcome.
I have no great talent to show tonight. Just a short story from a guy in his 9th decade on Earth. Very retired, slightly jaded, physically ailing, a recluse, and a curmudgeon. A curmudgeon who's found joy. A curmudgeon who's found joy watching and listening to the birds of Shepherdstown. Lately, it's been the crows. American crows, fish crows, and whatever pops up on a Merlin app. I love those crows. Now, crows may not be one of your favorite birds. I get it. They're different. Their daily community meetings are a noisy cacophony. Everybody yakking at once. Groundless rules. Time limits, forget it. But crows are also weird when it comes to community dining. Their idea of fine dining is a dead squirrel in the middle of Route 45. But there's redemption in the afternoon. There's redemption in the afternoons, especially a warm, sunny afternoon with calm winds. That's when the crows of Shepherdstown rise to the occasion and catch thermals. One by one, without any exertion, they're silently lifted high in the sky. A free, glorious ride, due simply to heat rising from our streets and rooftops. Now, I don't think these crows are just having fun. They're not just out on a lark. I imagine they're having a spiritual experience. A spiritual experience. Soaring, wings stretched wide, not moving a muscle or a feather. Lifted toward the heavens on a wing and a prayer. Effortlessly, quietly. What joy and peace they must feel. What joy and peace I feel as I watch them lifted so high they become small dots on the horizon.
Take off your shoes. You're standing on the holy ground. Take off your shoes. You're standing on the holy ground. Well, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, from the waters beneath to the heavens above. So take off your shoes. You're standing on my holy ground. You're standing on my holy ground. Well, on the 8th day of creation, the Lord looked around at the power plants and freeways where the grain should be high, plantations growing rubber with the trash on the ground. You couldn't see the sun for all the smog in the sky. Well, kids, you really filled the earth and then you subdued it. But there's nothing in my book that says you've got to pollute it. So take off your shoes. You're standing on my holy ground. Take off your shoes. You're standing on my holy ground. Well, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, from the waters beneath to the heavens above. So take off your shoes. You're standing on my holy ground. You're standing on my holy ground. You've heated up my rivers with your plants and your mills. You're killing off my oceans with your wastes and your spills. You're fishing like there'll always be an endless supply, and fighting one another for what's left to divide. You didn't want advice when I first gave you dominion, but maybe now it's time to get a second opinion. So take off your shoes. You're standing on my holy ground. Take off your shoes. You're standing on my holy ground. Well, the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof, from the waters beneath to the heavens above. So take off your shoes. You're standing on my holy ground. You're standing on my holy ground. Well, I dig your scientific minds, but use them with care. You're breaking down my ozone layer up in the air. Your hyped up farming's turning southern soil into stone, and some are eating meat, but only some others get bones. I told you to be fruitful, and you sure multiplied, but the rich took all the land and never learned to divide. So take off your shoes. You're standing on my holy ground. Take off your shoes. You're standing on my holy ground. Well, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, from the waters beneath to the heavens above. So take off your shoes. You're standing on my holy ground. You're standing on my holy ground. You're standing on my holy ground.
and it's a song you've heard before. I promise not to perform it again, but you may hear it at my funeral someday. So. All right, so hopefully you will have forgotten enough of it that it won't be boring. One day a child came home from football, where he had fumbled, was jeered and booed. His mother saw that his heart was breaking, and so she made him his favorite food. She did not make him a bowl of garden salad green. She made no whole wheat rolls or a pile of beans. She made a sandwich on toasted white bread of peanut butter creamy style. The years went by and he was a loser. He led a useless and wretched life, and yet she never criticized him. She smiled as she got out the knife. She did not make him a bowl of garden salad green. She made no whole wheat rolls or a pile of beans. She made a sandwich on toasted white bread of peanut butter creamy style. Then he decided, on the basis of a book that he read one fall, that his problems had resulted from excessive cholesterol. He ate a great big bowl of garden salad greens. He ate those whole wheat rolls and a pile of beans. He gave up sandwiches on toasted white bread of peanut butter creamy style. That night his dog died, he smashed his pickup, his sweetheart left him, he lost his hair, his house caught fire, he went to prison, his dear old mother came to him there. She did not bring him a bowl of garden salad green, she brought no whole wheat rolls or a pile of beans, she brought a sandwich on toasted white bread of peanut butter creamy style. It was a sandwich on toasted white bread of peanut butter creamy style.
And Marie brought her super delicious homemade cocktails. And some of us had a lot of that delicious cocktail. And so this was the result.
After the meal.
After the meal.
Do you want those slides?
We're just gonna have to dance around. And it will just all right.
Probably better. It's easier to see.
But a slow glowing dream that your fear seems to hide deep inside your mind. Oh Lord, I have cried silent tears full of pride in a world around
Cobb to the stage, please.
Well, if that last act didn't inspire you to join the Meals Cleanup Team, I don't know. It is interesting at times. Having some experience with cleanup. Okay, so tonight the permaculture team has heard this song, but I thought I would share it with the whole community. And I went to a songwriting retreat last fall, and the assignment at the training was to, on a table, they had put out a whole bunch of objects, and we were supposed to pick 3 objects and write a song in about an hour and a half. And Andy, behind you, there were the 3 objects that I picked. I picked a clay pot. Thank you. Clay pot, a seedling, a shovel, and a blue glass bottle. And so I set out to write a song with that as the topic. And I decided to write it from the point of view of the seedling, and about what's going through the heart and mind of the seedling on a spring day. And it's sitting on the windowsill, kind of. And, so this is the song. It's called Garden Sky, and I hope you enjoy it. Resting on the windowsill, longing for the great outdoors, for my planting in the fertile soil. I depend on every water drop from a blue glass bottle on the countertop. My pot teeters on the window ledge, doubting if I'll ever get outside or not. Peering through the window, leaning toward the morning rays. The fragile hope of life outside keeps me going on inside. The seasons changing, but for now the little sunlight suits me well. The patient wait for garden sky, someday I'll thrive. At self-glance, my growing's hard to see. My life is a delicate enterprise. I want to go outside today, but getting ready is wise. Peering through the window, leaning toward the morning rays. The fragile hope of life outside keeps me going on inside. The seasons changing, but for now the little sunlight suits me well. The patient wait for garden sky, someday I'll thrive. Just starting to live, not yet where I want to be. A shovel full of challenges ahead, but I need not live in self-doubt. If I do the things that I can, I'll get stronger every day with a helping someday outside could all work out. Peering through the window, leaning toward the morning rays, the fragile hope of life outside keeps me going on inside. The seasons changing, but for now, the little sunlight suits me well. The patient wait for garden sky, someday I'll thrive. Till then, I'll reach for the sunshine, reach for the sunlight. Even though I'm stuck inside, away from the garden sky, with all my heart in my soul, I'll reach to find the light to grow. I'll reach for the sunshine, I'll reach for the sunshine, I'll reach for the sunshine, I'll reach for the sunlight. I'll reach for the sunlight.
Just know that the people that will be sort of presented up here in just a moment are three of my favorite people. So I love them dearly, and I don't do this unless I am very, very fond of people. So.
That has to be Doll's code.
And first,
It's okay, Grace.
the first person to guess this person will get a prize, and if you can't guess, then
Doc.
I will be humiliated and very sad. So, I just want to say, first of all, that I love you guys. You guys are so great. You guys are so funny. I mean, I just love this community. I've never loved a community as much as I love this one. It's great. I hope you know you're all great. Except the person that's leaving all these friggin' coffee cups all over the common house. I mean, that shit's gotta go, but anyway. So I just want to say that I love this community so much that I've been on loads of teams. In fact, I've joined every single team there is to join. I mean, some of these teams I've been on for 5 minutes. Some of these teams I've been on a week. And my latest, I mean, I was on this team for 3 months, well, almost 3 months. So I hope that shows my love and how much I think of everyone. And, you know, I'm probably going to join more teams, and, you know, it'll be great. It'll be great. It'll be great. So, speaking of love, I want to tell you about someone that I really love. And that is, can you guess? Mr. Sherlock Holmes. I mean, he is my best imaginary friend. I love him. He is so smart, and the reason I love him is because he is so smart. He is so smart that, like, he could be a fireman. He could be like me. He could be a college professor. He could be a plumber. He could be an electrician. He could be a detective. Oh, he is a detective. But he's a really, really smart guy, and that's why I love him. And another person that I super really love is Proust. And, okay, so the thing I love about Proust is that nobody understands him. I mean, nobody, you know, I could get up there and I could talk for like 1,000 hours about anything, and nobody would get it that I didn't know what the hell I was talking about, because nobody really understands him. Right now, I'm working with my friends. We're on volume 4 of volume 358. So, anyway, I just want to say that I love you guys. I love you so much. This is the best community. So.
That's just one. Are we becoming more mature in here?
Immediately. Gotta take the bow tie off, man.
What'd you think of that one, Doc?
Hey, Don, did you get it all? Did you record it all?
You got it down.
Yeah.
I guessed it.
Some new lines for you, Doc.
All right. Who knows what's going to happen now?
Even I don't know, because I don't know what the shit I'm talking about. I mean, you know, like when Ann Jones moved here, you know, the first night I was out helping her and her husband Chris, and I told her right then and there, I said, you know, I've been talking shit about you and Chris before you even moved in. And I don't know if she really believed me or not, because I don't know. I mean, you know, that's just how I am. And I said, you know, I don't really give a shit whether she believes me or not. But at any rate, but the bottom line is I really do care, because, like, I really love this community. And, I mean, there's just been so much love tonight. And what was I going to say? All right, so I grew up Catholic. Of course, there's going to be a little bit of pause here for dramatic effect, because, you know, just thinking about growing up Catholic is like pretty crazy if you haven't grown up Catholic. But at any rate,
It's a burden.
Yeah, like somebody just said, it's a burden. And because it's a burden and you feel so much guilt, you just want to help people as much as you can. And help and help and help and help and help. So what I like to do is drive people around. That's one of my ways of helping people. And so, like, I mean, I don't know whether any of you noticed, but on Gratitude Day, when Linda DeGraff had people, you know, do their gratitude, I mean, I don't keep track of numbers or anything, but I think there were like 46 or 47 out of 49 gratitudes that were toward me. And one of the things I do is I drive people. I mean, I will drive you to WVU, I will drive you to Berkeley, I will drive you to Reston, I will drive you into DC, I will drive you to the effing Cleveland Clinic. If you need it, I will be there. I will, Hopkins, it doesn't make any difference. NYU, I'll be there. I'll drive you. And I will sit in the parking lot eating crackers for hours, days, weeks. So I'm there for you. I'm really there for you. And I think the last thing I want to talk about, speaking of love, are my kids and my family. I have 3 sons. I call them son number 1, son number 2, and son number 3. So recently, I went on a visit. I visited son number 1, and then son number 3 came, and then there was grandchild number 1, number 2, number 3. Then we went, well, I mean, it got a little confusing, but now we're going to go to Tennessee. We're going to visit son number 3, and then maybe son number 1 is going to come, and then we're going to hang out with grandchild number 1. And then, you know, I don't know why I keep saying all these numbers. I mean, I don't know what the I'm saying, but, you know, it's just, I'm not sure I can remember their names. So, I mean, it's just good enough to just call them 1, 2, and 3. Now, regarding my wife, I don't call her wife number 1 because she is wife number 1, but I just want to say that I love my wife. I love her so much. Have you ever noticed how I don't say her name though? I just say my wife. And my wife, well, she doesn't make me, but I do it. You know, I mentioned the Catholic guilt stuff. So she loves to dance, and I go dancing with her. It makes me super nervous. I mean, I wouldn't do it, but you know, I'm afraid she's going to think I'm a real dickhead. So I don't want to do that. So I go, it makes me so nervous, but I do it, and yeah. I hope she appreciates it, because I love her. I love my wife, whatever her name is.
That's a warning to all of us about what we say in front of the
I know. Zip it.
But, I had a hard time figuring out that one. Did you, Billy?
I think it was 47 out of 49.
She gave it away when she said fuck.
I know.
Which I don't normally say.
No,
And neither does Ann.
I know.
Great.
Never heard this.
Great. And if I offended anybody by saying that, that's the way it goes.
Talk to Billy.
Talk to Billy.
Uh-oh.
Hi, everyone. It is so good to be here. I love you guys so much. And I just want to talk about the meeting that we just had. We were asked to give feedback. Now I want to give you some feedback. And I made some notes, so just a minute. I was afraid I couldn't remember it. Whoops. Oh. These are just some seeds, sorry. Sometimes when I go along, if I see a little bit of dirt without anything growing, I can't help myself. I just have to start planting something. And you know, I just like to keep seeds in my pocket. All right, I'm going to look in this pocket. Oh, sorry, just a minute. These are clippers, by the way, and if I go by something like an invasive plant or a leaf that has a little spot on it, I just have to clip it. I can't help myself. So, nope, that's not my note. Darn it. So, this is also, I mean, sometimes if I see something and I see a weed, I've just got to pull it out. So, that's not my note, but I can't find my note. All right, I'll just wing it. I just want to say that the meeting today, my heart was ready to explode in my little leaf body because I was just so overwhelmed with the love. And you all have just exceeded my expectations. This is just the best community. It is beyond anything I could have imagined. And I just want to say, I love you all from the bottom of my heart.
Take a bow, Ann, take a bow.
Bye.
for coming. Drive home safely. Or however you get home.